Okay, so first I want to listen from you. What about you?
Oh, okay. So let me introduce myself. So this is Deepak Patre, and I'm doing my BTech in the field of computer science and engineering from NIT Raipur as I'm computer science student. So my you can say most of the times revolves around solving problems related to you. And in addition of that, I have been also teaching since the last 2 years. I teach computer programming and data structure and algorithm, which is a separate branch of it. And I usually teach on Google Meet and Microsoft Meet. And I use English as the first language in order to teach the student. And some of the students are working professionals, some of them are my juniors. And in addition of that, I'm also preparing for I'm looking for internship and full-time job roles in any IT firm or organization. And also sometimes actually I love to talk with the people. So that's pretty much about me.
Okay, it was nice to hear about you. Do you want to know about myself?
I have actually, I guess I know most of the information related to you. And before connecting to you, I have watched two videos on YouTube related to you, and I have noted down some of the information that about your education, children, or your family, and some of the things. And when did you completed your education? And these are the things that I have written down here. So of course, it would be better if you introduce yourself.
Okay, so as you know, my name is Meenakshi and I live in Uttarakhand. And right now I am learning this language to be fluent in this language. And simultaneously, I'm running my own YouTube channel. And as you told me that you also want to know about my education, so let me tell you about that. I have completed my education in 2012 and I have done 3 years diploma course in information technology. And after that, I worked in some companies as well till 2018. And in 2018, I got married, and after that, I was not able to work anywhere because of some responsibilities as well. And if I talk about my kids, so I have one kid who is 6 years now. That's all about
That's pretty great. So you means like you have stated that okay, you have completed your education in 2012, and after that you have worked in some company for 2 years. So what kind of actually work that you are doing there?
Okay. So first I worked in a company that was HCL, Hindustan Computer Limited for 1 year apprentice was there. And after that, actually I worked for 4 years total. If I talk about my total experience, so that will be 4 years in different companies. Okay. For 1 year, I worked in HCL, and after that, I worked in a mobile company for 6 to 7 months. And after that, finally, I went to there was actually I live in a small city, okay, and in this small city there is a media company that is called like STN Television Network. I worked there and I was making advertisement there. That means I was an advertisement maker over there, and I learned from there a lot of things.
Like you mentioned that okay, you are advertisement maker. So what platform actually did you use there in order to actually make advertisement?
Okay, so that there was a software that was Swiss software. It was called Swiss software. If you heard about that, SWISS, Swiss.
Yeah.
And before that, I used to make some pamphlets, kind of pamphlets like on that, what is that called? Photoshop 7. I worked in Photoshop 7. Actually, I didn't have, I think light has gone.
Yeah.
Light has gone.
Yeah.
So I was talking about my experience. Okay. I worked in Photoshop 7 and before that, like I had no experience about that, how to work on that. Whatever I learned from there. I had a great experience over there, and still I'm working on these softwares sometimes.
Okay, that is pretty great, I would say. Even I had also experience related to it. I have learned how to actually use Photoshop and different features of it while actually learning web development. I have designed couple of actually website using the Photoshop itself. Yeah, a wireframe, you can see the template.
So, being an engineering student, you are a student, and in addition to that, you are also in teaching to your students, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what kind of problems are you facing while managing these all things?
Okay, so I wouldn't say that okay, I am facing any kind of problem since on and off. If I would say I have been teaching since last 3 or 4 years, you can say, but you can consider the last 2 years is the major one, you can say. So initially, I was actually facing the problems like actually getting the students, actually right students, you can say.
Okay, okay, okay.
and
And,
and also at the starting, you can say the communication was the actually difficult actually for me in order to actually communicate with them, in order to actually deliver the idea and your thought process in a better and a easier way.
right.
That was the actually major, I would say, problem that I was facing during my initial days. But now I'm a bit comfortable in coding and other actually stuffs. And also I would consider actually myself that okay, I can deliver whatever actually want I in easier way. But currently I'm not actually facing any kind of problem, I would say. So one thing I would say that okay, I'm not actually saying that I'm really good at actually communication, especially when it comes to the actually social life. But when it comes to the teaching, I'm really actually consider myself excellent.
Okay, because you have experience about that, how to teach. You told me that you have been teaching since 4 years, and and I think it has one benefit that you must have receiving from teaching, that you must also gaining some knowledge about that field.
Yeah, absolutely, ma'am. Absolutely agree. That actually gives me everything, I would say. So also actually now that teaching actually gives me the actually confidence that okay, if you have actually knowledge about something, then you can actually apply that actually consistency, or you can say that consistency in anywhere or any field. Of course, if you are doing something for a long time, like suppose I have been actually teaching since last 2 years, you can say majorly. So whatever I have learned from that actually, and whatever actually stuff that I am actually doing in order to teach my student, writing the notes, preparing the notes, and actually thinking about the ideas that how do I actually deliver it, and relating some of the steps that I have actually learned from online tutorials on blogs, and how to actually deliver exactly those ideas by relating those to a real life examples to the students. Those things I can actually apply to everywhere in order to actually master any skills. Of course, I would say that is actually gives me everything, I would say.
Okay.
Of course, little bit information you need, and once you have actually that information, you can maintain the consistency, and consistency will give you the your knowledge, and at the end knowledge will surely will give you everything. This is actually my personal opinion.
It seems like you have great knowledge about that. In right now, in which city are you living?
So currently I am in, I think you must be heard about Kabir Dham Kawarda, which is the which is located in the center of Chhattisgarh. So yeah, I
Okay.
am, yeah, I am in Chhattisgarh, and inside Chhattisgarh there is a separate, you can say, district inside Raipur, that is Kabir Dham.
Okay. So is this your final year of BTech?
I'm pre-final year students. I'm pre-final year student. Basically, I am in third year.
Okay, all right. So what are your planning after BTech? What do you want to do?
Okay, so as I have stated that I'm preparing for, yeah, I'm looking for internship and full-time job roles. So my short term actually plan that okay I want to actually get hired in some actually big companies or tech giants you can say, and after actually working there for 2 to 3 years,
Okay.
I want to actually you can say kind of open my own institutes where I want to teach computer programming and some of the courses related to it. So this is my long term plan you can say, and also I have given more than 15 plus mock interviews on March month you can say.
Okay. So where did you give interviews in your campus or did you go somewhere?
So there is a so okay I have been doing this on a separate website called Pramp. It is PRAMP.
Oh,
Yeah, it is a foreign website. Yeah, you can enroll yourself and you will get six to
notification.
eight yeah 6 to 8 extra credits that you can use in order to actually schedule a mock interview with a third person, with a third random person. You will not you will, you don't have any idea about that person that whom with you are going to connect. And
Okay.
you can
What do you want to ask something else?
up. So yeah, even though earlier actually like I have actually stated that okay I have watched your 2 videos before connecting to you, and I hadn't actually have enough time to actually prepare some actually questions for you, and in the morning. So basically from 12:30 to you can say 2:30, I had a one session on that platform, or after that just I have watched your some yeah 2 videos, and then I get actually dressed, and thus I didn't have enough time to prepare some question. But let me ask some of the questions.
Okay.
So how do you see your improvement? So
Hmm.
like you have actually yeah working on your English proficiency since the last 3 to 4 years I can say, but seriously like you have stated in some of your videos that seriously you are yeah start working on your English proficiency from past previous couple of months. So how do you see your improvement? Do you think that you should go in much more faster way, or you are yeah kind of say that okay you are okay with your journey?
Okay. If I talk about from starting of my this journey, so earlier I was not that much serious, but somewhere I wanted to learn this language. At that time, I wasn't able to speak even very small sentence at that time. But if I compare myself right now, whatever I speak, whatever I can speak, so there are huge difference. And seriously, if I talk about I'm learning this language, yes, nowadays I'm learning this language, and I can, if I compare about, if I compare before 2 months ago, whatever I was, so I can see slightly changes, slightly improvement on myself. But it's a long journey that we need a consistency on this journey. So after that, we will be able to achieve something.
That's really even I am also agree with this point I would say. So if you are actually working on something for a long time, definitely if you are going to compare yourself with the past, you will see the huge improvement. And
Yes.
even I clearly see yeah how much you have actually improved. I have actually watched your some couple of
We,
videos from the starting, and then some of the videos from the end, and I have seen actually a lot of actually improvements that you have made on yourself, and I really appreciate the work and that you are actually the hard work that you are actually putting in order to improve your English proficiency, and I admire your work.
Thank you for that. And what all are you doing for your speaking English to be fluent in English? You are
Okay.
already doing many things like you are teaching. You told me that this is also a practice, and this is also all about your journey, right?
Yeah. So basically, if I would say, I have started working on my speaking part on the March onwards as itself. Earlier, before that, actually, I haven't hardly I have spoken to someone once or twice. But from March, so I have started working on my speaking part from the March onwards. And one of my friends suggested that you should probably start using any application if you love to talk with a stranger and if you want to meet some great personalities. So I started using Joe's Talk English speaking app. So you must be know about that. So now from April 1st, you can say I have registered myself on that application on March 23rd, and after doing a research for 1 week, I have actually enrolled myself to one of the courses that is over there. And from April 1st to April 18th, I was quite consistent on that application. I used to actually talk a lot. Usually for the last, you can say, in first 18 days, I have talked more than 1300 minutes.
Okay.
In first initial 18 days, sorry, 18 days. I have talked more than 1300 minutes. And yeah, due to my brother's wedding, you can say. So after that, actually, I was kind of not much consistent on that application. And now this is the first day. Now again I'm back. Yeah, back to started working on my English proficiency.
So how much do you miss your family?
Asking in terms of how much time do you spend with your family?
No, no, just listen again, whatever I'm saying. I'm asking to you that how much do you miss your family?
Okay, miss. Okay, I got it. Initially, I thought that you are actually saying something like mix or make. So okay, miss. Yeah, you now I got it. So of course I do. Of course I do miss my family a lot, but I would say I hardly actually talk with my families. So you can say in a month once or twice. That's all you can say. But when I actually came back to my home from Raipur, where currently I am in, so I usually actually spend a lot of time with my families, and hardly actually whenever there is a time to actually leave them, I can't actually I don't want to actually leave them at all. So you can actually feel the emotion that okay, if you are actually meeting your family after a long time, then you don't want to actually leave them, and that's the
Right.
only reason I don't actually visit them often.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's of course I miss them a lot. Especially I'm more connected with my mom and
Okay.
father as well, but I'm more actually connected with my mom.
So the people, most of the kids are connected to their mom, right?
Yes. And my mom, no matter how much actually she is actually, you can say that tired, but she always actually ask, okay, do you want Deepak, do you want to actually eat this, and this way actually she always tries to actually make me actually feels good. Okay, Deepak, do you want to actually eat something? So you are actually getting actually, you can say, so you are not taking your proper food and other kind of actually stuff that is actually more beneficial for you. So let me actually make some actually favorite dishes for you so that it would be better
Got
for
it.
you, this kind
I,
of actually.
and it's clear for everyone that nobody can understand you better than your mom. So
Okay.
we will meet on another session. Okay.
Definitely, ma'am. Okay, I'm looking forward for it. Okay.
So sure, I will let you know. Just let me be free from some session. After that,
Okay,
I
ma'am.
will.
Okay. Okay.
Bye.
Thanks, ma'am.
Best
Okay,
for
bye,
you.
ma'am. Okay.
Keep working and keep working.
Okay.
Bye.
Thanks. And same goes for you.